Okay, hello and welcome to the finale of Season 1 of F1 2022 My Team. Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc are both in the fight. Charles is 15 points behind as we speak, going into the final round. It will be a 50% race, so that, strategy plays a part. I mean, the AI sometimes takes on weird strategies around these sorts of tracks. So we'll see what happens. It's the new layout of Yas Marina, so it might be bearable. That's the only reason I'm doing a 50% race here, is because the track might actually be bearable. But all Carlos needs to do is come 5th position, or 4th position or 5th with fastest lap, and he wins the championship. Just no questions asked. But into qualifying, we don't really care where we come. If we lose, we lose. This is all down to Charles and Carlos battling it out, Mercedes versus Ferrari, to see who can win. But qualifying wise, we're doing a lot better than our first time. We got a red sector 1. We had a bit of a bit of a slip at turn, whatever the hairpin is, turn 5, I think. That's not too important. Again, we don't care where we finish. We're in P4 in the championship. We're finishing P4, whether we want to or not. We can't go down to P5. We can't go up to P3. So if we lose this whole race, if we just bin it lap 1, would be good content, but it happens. You can see I've done 4 qualifying laps though, because I wanted to get used to the track a little bit more under full speed conditions. Practice wasn't really helping too much. But across the line we go, and it's going to be P13, which isn't that bad considering it's considering everything. A little bit of a slip up into turn 1. All good so far.
It's time then for one final race in this year's Formula One World Championship. 2010 saw 4 drivers in contention for the title coming into this race, with Sebastian Vettel prevailing to become the youngest world champion to date. Is there one last sting in the tail awaiting us today? Well, it's time to find out. Here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We have 16 corners here at Yas Marina circuit, 7 to the right and 9 to the left. It's a total lap distance of 3.28 miles. 2 long straights and overtaking opportunities throughout the lap. And we expect average speeds of around 123 miles per hour. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. George Russell will begin today's event in pole position, and it's Fernando Alonso alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Perez, Lando Norris and Ocon, Magnussen, Reed, Sainz and Valtteri Bottas. They've taken a grid penalty. Gasly, Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc and Joe, Latifi, Liam Lawson, Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Verstappen, Vettel, Albon. They've taken a grid penalty. And Mick Schumacher. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And so, for one final time this season, Anthony Davidson joins me in the commentary box.
It's been another great year of racing, but let's not look back just yet. We've still got one more Grand Prix ahead of us. Some of these drivers don't know if they'll be in the sport next year or how competitive their car might be even if they are. So this is a race where every driver should be striving to make the most of it.
It's been a long season, but let's try to end it on a high note.
Well then, Sainz is in P9, we're in P8, we got promoted up. But Leclerc's in P13, so he's going to have to pull something out of the bag to live it up. You can see me here trying to figure out how to actually make a 2-stop strategy. I ended up deciding on the soft, medium, soft. I think it was pit lap 8 for soft, or from softs to mediums. And then it was pit lap 22 back onto the softs. We'll see what happens. The tyre deg isn't too bad around here. So we may, don't quote me on this, but we may be able to make it around with the medium tyres from lap 7 or lap 8 or lap 9, depending on what happens. And keep them on. It will depend on safety cars and things, because safety cars are 2 to 3 laps, where you're just gliding across the circuit rather than pushing across it. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, you can just see me up here struggling. I've had to speed it up. It took me about 3 minutes to find a solid strategy. So that was fun. But we got the race ahead. Let's go for it. Alright, going round the last couple of corners through this section. This section has been a bit extended on the corners, so you can take them a little bit faster. Especially this corner coming up ahead, you can actually take this flat out in 6th gear now, which is very nice. You never used to be able to do that. And there's no sausage curbs to our left anymore, which there used to be, which were a pain in the backside, because you would just hit them, lose all your underbody, and then cry. But yeah, we got Sainz behind us in P9, Leclerc's in P13. It's an interesting one. Everyone's starting on mediums though, which is... I think they might all try and do a one-stop, but purple parking. We're just going to go for it and hope for the best, really. Alright, here we go then on the grid to 5 red lights for 29 laps here at Yas Marina in Abu Dhabi. We are underway for the final race of the season. Keeping P8 for now, Sainz to our right. We go through the inside of Magnussen and Ocon, down the middle of the both of them. Can we keep both positions? Yes, we can. Behind Lando Norris now then in the McLaren. Up in P6, we got Norris ahead in P5, Ocon behind, Bottas and Magnussen fighting ahead. We have engine issues, but it shouldn't be a big deal. We're going to tell Jeff, sorry not Jeff, Mark, to shut up and... Oh, should do it again, just to be safe. Better safe than sorry, there we go. Right, Norris ahead, heading up towards turn 6, which is now the only chicane of the circuit. There used to be 2. Now there is only 1, which is better. Yeah, the less the merrier, as I always like to say with things like chicanes and hairpins. Can we have a look around the outside, heading towards turn 9? A big long left hand. No, we can't. Maybe we can. Purple sector 1. No. Lap 2, heading down towards turn 5 once again. And Ricciardo behind us now. Will he do anything? He might have a look. No, he doesn't. Yellow flag behind. Oh. Anything happening? Anything happening? No. What I have seen, though, is Sainz is further back than he started. And I believe Leclerc is further ahead than when he started. But he does have to finish P3 to win. Actually, he might not have to finish P3. He might actually have to finish P2, because I'm not sure who has the most wins this season. I didn't check that before this, which is a bit silly of me. So he might only have to get P3. He might have to get P2 or the fastest lap with P3. But we will cross that bridge when it comes to it, if it comes to it. Lap 3, DRS has been enabled. We've got Ricciardo still behind us, heading down towards the hairpin. Will he have a look round the outside of the hairpin? He may. He's right there. Ocon as well, right there. They don't have a look. They will have DRS, but you can just hear a little bit of contact behind us. I had to focus on getting out the corner, hence I didn't look behind me, but they definitely had a bit of a scrap there, which is good for us because it pushes them back and it allows us to move forward. Heading towards the chicane then. Oh, hello. Ocon. Bit cheeky. He's going to come through. He's going to go past. We're going to just let him through. Look at the throttle there. Shoot past the line so we get the DRS so we can pull away. Ocon, you have been played, my friend. You could just see at the throttle, we just held off just to let him go until we got across the line and shot across. Lap 4 then, 25 laps to go. We've got a little bit of a warning for our engine. I had to look, it's like 60%. We'll be fine. We'll make it to the end of the season. Well, we will, because it's in 24 laps. We got Ricciardo behind us. We got Norris ahead of us. Norris and Perez have pulled very far away, but I'm not worried because there will be a safety car at some point. Oh, Ricciardo. What was that all about? He just disappeared. Ocon to our right. He's going to have a look around the outside of the hairpin. We're going to brake early to let him pass. Because honestly, we wouldn't keep past him there. And we will now get DRS, which we can use to catch back up and get him at the chicane. I don't know how long the straight is, but however long it is, we're going to catch up where it thins, pulling around to the left and then moving to the right. Ocon goes through. Oh, Ocon. Oh, Ricciardo. You're pushing us a little bit and you cocks it for me. Okay, thanks Ricciardo. No DRS then on Ocon. God damn it. Norris overtakes Perez. But yeah, no more DRS for me for now. Lap 6, same place as we were last lap. Ocon moves quite far ahead. The clean air is very, very good. I can't lie, soft tyres probably wasn't a great decision. Oh, Norris is off. Norris has stopped. Yellow flag ahead. Oh, he's got moving again. But I'm assuming he's hit a wall and will have to probably pit. which would put us up into P6, which is exactly what we want. We really do want that to happen, so wonder what happened. Oh no, he continues on. What a mad lad. He probably just knocked a wall or something. Here we go then on lap 7, heading down towards the hairpin. We've got Sainz behind us now. He made it past Ricciardo just a bit earlier. Oh my god, that's 3. Oh. We've been whacked by Magnussen. Ricciardo's lost the front wing. Heading up towards the chicane as well. We're going to cut across. We're not letting Ricciardo get anywhere near us. He's been very aggressive today, so we're going to just force him behind us. But wow, big impacts from them. Ricciardo will have to pit at the end of this lap, I would presume, just due to the fact of, well, he's got no front wing. So that's good for us. Moves us up a little bit. Oh, Fernando Alonso. He's stopped. He's hit a wall. That's going to be a safety car. It is. You could just see there that front wheel of Fernando Alonso's car in the wall. 2 people out, and we're going to pull into the pits, as will most people. Actually, Hamilton doesn't. A couple of people haven't, which is interesting. Magnussen doesn't.
Liam's in the pits now.
Both of the Alpha Tauris don't. Alright, let's pull in. We're going to go onto the mediums, and we're going to just see, see what happens. 2.4 second stop, not too bad. Lawson pulls in behind us. We'll come out P11. Sainz P13 right now on the soft tyres. Going onto the soft is interesting, because if they went from mediums to hards, they could make that decision later on if they want to go on soft at the end or not. But now they can't, because they have to go onto the hards, because the soft tyres won't last for 20 laps. You're not Sergio Perez, except for Perez, who's on hard. Anyways, here we go. Lap 9, on to lap 10. We're in P11. We're going to get ready to go racing once again. If we can get past Ocon soon, getting past him when he's on the softs, that will be very good for us. Because then we have a couple of hard runners ahead of us with Norris and Perez, which will allow us to catch up, hopefully overtake them whilst they're on the slower tyre, and then see what we can do in the race. But heading down towards turn 5, it's not looking good. They've pulled ahead, which is very, very unfortunate for us. Anyways though, heading towards the chicane, Norris and Ocon battling it out. Ocon on the right hand side, heading towards the chicane. They're going to try something a bit risky here, past the both of them. Down the inside, Schumacher and Perez ahead. Ocon and Norris. Oh, Norris comes back at us. It's not good enough. They're still side by side. Perez and Schumacher also side by side. Can we do anything with these two? Maybe we can, and we're gaining on them a little bit. Schumacher's on medium tyres, but he's being held up. Round the outside of turn 5, just running over the curb. Perez, Schumacher are side by side. Can we get past Schumacher here? Schumacher, 3 wide out turn 5. It goes back to 2 wide as we go past Perez. We're alongside Perez, heading down towards turn 12. Gasly goes wide. We're past Stroll. Can we get past Gasly as well? Maybe we can. Stroll comes back and hits us. Stroll does not want to lose that position. We're going to go switchback manoeuvre out of turn 14. We're past him again and up towards turn 15. We're up into P6. Oh, like a Jesus. Right, Bottas pits, puts us up into P5. Oh my god. That was mental. Okay, on lap 12, Tsunoda and Gasly, both the AlphaTauris was ahead of us. Norris right behind us. Will he make a move down into turn 12? I mean, he might, to be honest. They've made some really crazy moves today, so they definitely could. But we're looking good for a very fast lap. We're currently green in both Sector 1 and Sector 2. So maybe, just maybe, we might manage to, not mess it up. Do we go across the line with the best time? Yes, we do. Very nice. And Hamilton puts us up into P4. I don't actually think any people ahead of us have pitted yet. So I think we're net P1. I'm not too sure. You just see the wheel of Fernando Alonso's car to the right. Oh wow, DRS has been disabled. Good thing no one's ahead of me enough to be able to use it. Yeah. Oh, Norris. What was that? Magnussen and Gasly pit move us up into P2. Tsunoda doesn't just yet. He'll probably pit next lap. But Norris, what was that? Oh, so Sainz is in P5. So currently, as it stands, Sainz has won the championship. Guaranteed. No questions asked. Perez might have a look into turn 5. Will he do what his teammate did in real life? No, he won't. Tsunoda pulls into the pit. I don't know if his Sainz has pitted, because he hasn't. Does that mean he's going into the pits? No. I don't know then. Oh, maybe he did go into the pits. Oh yeah, a couple of people have gone into the pits.
Liam's in the pits now.
So that's useful to us, because they're probably going to go onto the hard tyres now, which makes our life a little bit easier. Mark's literally just giving me my own strategy back, and try to take credit for it. No, we don't do that. But Perez behind us, Norris behind him, Ocon on the softs behind him, and Ricciardo behind him. So, it's going to be a pretty eventful race. Well, maybe. We'll see where the Leclerc gets to in the next couple of laps. Perez looking down the right-hand side of the chicane, but he can't make it through. Lap 16. The track looks like it's been really wet. I mean, it hasn't, but it just looks like it. Norris getting closer and closer. Going to have a look probably around the outside of the chicane. He is. We're going to back off a little bit early, see what we can do here. Let him through, because he will make it through anyways. Go through the chicane. Sorry, hairpin. I called it a chicane. Hairpin. Get the DRS off him. We're going to use our DRS now. Catch up as much as we possibly can. You can see the difference between the mediums and the hards. Pulling right to go round him before the chicane. This one is actually a chicane, not a hairpin. Can we get through? Yes, we can. Very nicely. Back up into P1. Keeping our position. We have 13 more laps. We're just over halfway done. Can we get through and keep this win? Who knows? Hamilton is in P5. Looking at the map, down in the bottom left, it looks like Leclerc is in, I don't even know, P12? Who knows? Norris getting quite close to our rear, heading into turn 15. No, turn 11. Oh! Behind us has been a huge incident. Safety car's out. Sergio Perez is out of the race. What happened here? Norris locks up into turn 12 and gets hit from the rear. Perez goes off the track and hits into the back of Norris. Loses his front right. Nice. Magnussen is also out. But, yeah. That's going to throw a spanner in the works. Because I know for a fact people will pit. And it could give people a bonus. From what it seems, Leclerc's in about P9, P10. Sainz is way out of the points right now. So, yeah, safety car coming in. Vettel P5, Hamilton P4, Norris P3, Ricciardo P2, and us in P1 is the top 5 as it stands. We have 20% tyre wear right now, which is quite good. So they're going to be able to warm up our tyres a little bit more than we need to necessarily to get a bit of a better launch. I mean, we're going to lead the pack through and to start. So I think what we're going to try and do is get all the way to turn 16, the final corner of the track, get all the way through it, and then just slam our foot to the floor. Try and catch them off guard. I meant to do a burnout there, but I ended up going into neutral instead. So that's fun. But let's see what we can do as we come to go round the final corner. Prepare to resume racing. No overtaking, as always, until the leader has crossed the line. Away we go. Putting our foot down to the floor. We massively caught him napping. Also, he is on the hard, so he has less grip out of corners, which is perfect for us. Perfect for this restart. Oh, bloody hell. Taking off the track, but instead of cutting straight back on, we're going to follow it through, because then we get less chance of a warning. Heading down towards the hairpin of turn 5. Will Ricciardo make a move? No, he won't. He is too far back. He'll get closer through it, but he is way too far back. McLaren doing quite well at the moment. P2 and P3. If only they could do this in real life. I might be happy for once. Yeah. I don't know why I've been really silent. We're heading up to the chicane. We've kept P1. Very nice. Lap 20. Into turn 1 we go. Ricciardo still behind us. Going a little bit wide again. I can't get turn 1 down, but it's fine because you don't really gain an advantage there because you turn straight back on the track and into a corner anyways. So it's not really helping us out. Braking down to 2nd gear. Can we make it through the hairpin? Yes, we can. P1 still through turn 5. Ricciardo will maybe look for a move. Heading down towards the chicane. There is no DRS. Ricciardo is stuck where he is. He won't maybe be able to catch up. He might be able to get a good slipstream, but he won't. Great for us. Lap number 22. Norris, Hamilton battling it out behind us. Tsunoda, Vettel behind him. Will he make him? Oh my god, Norris. Cheeky. Go quite wide into the hairpin. Chicane. Not hairpin. Not a hairpin. Oh, Jesus. That's not great. We've managed to pull ahead of Norris a little bit by about 0.4 seconds between us. He might have a look into turn 9. Will he? No, but he will be right behind us. So that is not great. but we're all good to go. Heading towards turn 12. They're going to slow down and take the corner very nicely. Oh my god, I think Norris is pulling into the pits. Oh god. Yeah, Norris is in the pits. Oh. Leclerc's in the top 5. Oh my god. 6 laps to go. Leclerc is in the top 5. He needs P3 to have a chance. P2 to guarantee success. And it will be... If he gets P2, it will be a win by 3 points. Mental stuff. Hamilton. Leclerc goes past the Vettel. Fuck me. Vettel. He's up into P4. Hamilton and Tsunoda behind us, heading towards the chicane. Will Hamilton make a move? No, he won't. Leclerc is in P4. Lap 24, heading down towards the hairpin. Will anything happen here? Very likely. Hamilton looks to our right-hand side. He won't go for a move. We block him off. Anything can happen between Leclerc and Tsunoda? Yes, it does. Leclerc moves up into P3. He is currently tied for the championship. And I think he might take it at this rate. I'm not too sure, though. But it would put him tied with Sainz. Hamilton looks for a move. Cheeky. So much is going on right now. Oh my god. Leclerc makes a move on Hamilton. Leclerc's up into P2. He's got the championship in the grips of his hand. Oh my god. Lap 24. End of lap 24. Hamilton makes a move down the inside of the final corner. Jesus Christ, he really doesn't want his teammate to win the championship. If it's not going to be him, it's going to be no one. Lap 25 out of 29. 5 laps to go, or like 4 and a bit laps to go. Will Leclerc manage to hold on to P2? Maybe. Heading towards... Oh, Leclerc, you've done what everyone's done so far. Gone really wide and tried to take a move. Hamilton gains P2 back. Leclerc gains P2 back. Tsunoda gains P2 from P4. Tsunoda wants to just watch the world burn. Hamilton moves back up into P2. Leclerc moves back down to P4. Will he be able to get up to his P3? Yes, he will. Will he be able to keep P3? I haven't got a clue. Oh my god. This is turning out to be an amazing race for the championship. Sainz isn't even involved. But still, he's still involved at heart. Leclerc moves back down to P4. Tsunoda back up to P2. Hamilton to P3. Gasly is just sitting there in P5. He's got a great view of this. He's got what Daniel Ricciardo had in 2021. Hamilton back up to P2. Leclerc keeps P4. Oh my god. Currently the championship is going Sainz's way. But will that stick? I don't have a clue. Lap 26 onto lap 27. 9.6 miles of racing to go. Can Leclerc snatch that championship back? Will Hamilton fend him off? Lando Norris out of the session. He does a Latifi and hits the wall out of turn 14. It won't be enough for a safety car because it's too late for a safety car now. Hamilton heading down towards the chicane. Leclerc has a look for Tsunoda. Can he make a lunge? Hamilton makes a lunge, that's for sure. Leclerc moves up into P3. He moves up into P2 as well. He falls back down to P3. We're looking so far behind. I've gone off the track. It doesn't really matter now. All we want to see is will Leclerc win this championship. Gasly takes P3. Tsunoda now sits in P5. Leclerc sits in P4. Hamilton in P2. We keep P1. I don't know how he managed to keep just far enough ahead, but it's amazing. This is great. Leclerc P4 out of the championship contendings now. He will not win the championship at this rate if he keeps where he is. If we finish the lap now and he's in P4 and it was the last lap, he would not win. He's back up into P3 though, down to P4. Hamilton has a look around our left hand side. He's going to look for turn 12. We're going to cut him off. Hamilton, you stay there, my friends. Leclerc moves back up into P3, tied for the championship. Never mind, back down to P4. Never mind, back up to P3. Oh my god. I've got so much more to say. So much more racing. My voice is going to be gone by the end of this. Leclerc in P3. Will he do it? Oh, I don't know. Gasly in P4, Tsunoda P5. Oh, Jesus. 2 laps to go. 3.4 miles? No, 6.4 miles. Oh my god. Hamilton's still behind us, heading towards the chicane. He has to look down the inside of turn 3. Never seen that happen before. Doesn't work, of course, because he's a bit silly. And now we go down towards turn 5, and he doesn't have a look into it. Will Leclerc get past any of these lot? Not yet, no. He might, or not he might, he will have DRS on Hamilton. He's a lot closer than he is to me, so he'll have a lot stronger of a slipstream, pulling him closer and closer like a suction, like a vacuum cleaner. Can he make it through? Not just yet. Again, through turn 7, out of the hairpin we go. Leclerc in P3, he's closer and closer now. DRS will be enabled for him. He will get even closer to Hamilton towards turn 9. And he won't do a Sergio Perez, I don't think. And look down the inside of turn 9. He's not like that. But he is close. He is definitely close. And we're leading closer and closer towards that final lap. That final 3.2 miles. Will he do it? Will Latifi hit a wall? I don't want to say that because just in case he does hit a wall, you'll think I'm faking it. But will Latifi hit a wall? Will something happen? I don't know. Hamilton behind, still in P2, and Leclerc in P3. We hold the championship in our hands. Oh my God, Leclerc! I was going to say, we hold the championship in our hands. We can just hold them up until Leclerc gets let past. But we're not going to do that because there's no fun in that. Unless it's Sebastian Vettel, we don't do that. Or Mick Schumacher. But what's going to Hamilton? What's going to happen? Sorry, it's been a long day. Leclerc towards the hairpin. Will he make a move? No, he doesn't. Hamilton does, though. Hamilton hits our front right tyre and lets Leclerc through up into P2. Leclerc holds the championship by 3 points. Will Hamilton try and steal it back from him? I mean, Hamilton won't win the championship, but if it's not him, it's going to be no one. That seems like his philosophy. Leclerc moves to the defensive. Hamilton moves to the aggressive. We go wide, take the Hamilton line, but just not as bad of a one. But we don't care, because all that's mattering is what's happening behind us. Leclerc and Hamilton. Hamilton falls back. Will he make a move? Heading towards the next, or the final section, the final 7 corners of the championship. Leclerc and Hamilton. Hamilton and Leclerc. They're going side by side. There's a yellow flag. Hamilton sends it down the inside of turn 12. Oh my God, Leclerc gets let back up into P2. Hamilton is still there though. What is going to happen? Hamilton has a look down the inside again. Will he? I don't even know anymore. We go to cross the line. Last corner. Leclerc and Hamilton battling it out. I don't know who's won. Leclerc takes P2. Leclerc takes the championship. Oh my God. I don't even care that we won. I honestly don't. Leclerc takes the championship. He also takes driver of the day, which in my opinion is more important. He takes the championship
that, another year of Formula One
for Mercedes.
And a new World Drivers' Champion is declared. Another entry added to that prestigious list of the sport's most incredible drivers.
We said it. Oh, I said it.
But bittersweet emotions, I'm sure, as the
that.
championship slips through their fingers.
Yeah.
Even so, a fantastic final race of the season this was. What do you think it was today, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition?
Well, staying out of trouble was probably the most important factor here. In a race where half the field weren't classified at the checkered flag, you were able to guarantee a good result by basically keeping the car running. With their pace and a decent strategy as well, I don't think the race was ever really in doubt.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way onto the podium now.
I can't lie, I doubted it. I really doubted it. When Leclerc moved to Mercedes and Mercedes were finishing like out of the points for a lot of the races, I was pretty guaranteed that Sainz would win the championship. But then Sainz started falling back. I mean, look, P12 in the final race, he wasn't even putting an effort in. Oh wow, that is it's crazy. It's really crazy that literally the last race decided it, and it was by 3 points in the end. 3 points. I would have been interested to know who would have won if it ended up that Leclerc finished P3, because then they would have been tied on points, and then that's an interesting thing. Whew. I'm sorry, it's really hot in my room because when I record these, I close my windows because I don't want my neighbours to hear me screaming because they'll get annoyed. But it gets really hot, It's a very small room. Charles Leclerc takes the Drivers' Championship. And I hold myself to high regard that I can predict the future and that Charles Leclerc will now win the Formula 1 2022 season. And you all laugh at me, but I've done it before. Joe went to Alfa Romeo in my 2021 playthrough. A couple of other things happened as well that have happened in real life. So, who knows? Carlos Sainz won a race. Some other stuff. I can't really pinpoint it because I don't know off the top of my head. But I can tell you now as well. Next season is going to be even crazier. Well, there's the standings then. P4 for us, 189 points. Sergio Perez, P3, 196. Carlos Sainz, P2, 229. Charles Leclerc, P1, 232. A 3-point gap, which I believe is the closest it may have ever been. Ever. But there you have it. That is the 2022 Formula 1 My Team season. There will be many, many more to come. Luckily, I actually started my YouTube before, or as the game came out. Last time for 2021, I didn't start until like October. And then, by then, and also at the same time I was doing my A-levels, so it was very difficult. But I don't do my A-levels anymore. Not because I pass them, because I dropped out to go to an aeronautical engineering college. Yeah. That's not important. That's really personal. I don't know why I said that. Anyways. Oh, Lawson finished P8. Very good. Next season, I can tell you for free, will be interesting. You've already seen what team we're going for. So that gives you lot that actually watch these videos till the end. And with a keen eye. A bit of a heads up of what's going on. So, that will all be revealed next episode. I don't think I'll do like a part 0 of the season. I know some YouTubers do. Where they do like one whole episode. It's like a 20-minute episode where they go over everything that's changing. I'll just do that all at the start. Quick fire, because no one actually wants to watch that. I'll be real. But things are changing. Teams changing. Engines changing. Some other stuff might be changing. Driver moves will happen, because Alonso is leaving. He's retired, or he's retiring. This is his last race. So, yeah, that'll be an interesting one. Some other drivers might move, some new drivers might come in. But I will see you for that. Thank you for watching. Hopefully the entire season, if you did. This has obviously been a lot longer an episode than normal, because it's been 50%. If you want me to keep doing 50% races, or more 50% races, let me know if you enjoyed this one. I mean, if this does really well, then I know it's probably because 1, it's the finale. 2, I'm going to try and work really hard on the thumbnail of this one. And 3, it's a lot longer and more content. But I will see you in the next couple of days for Season 2 of my F1 2022 My Team Career Mode.